Okay everyone, in this lesson we're going to do another formula. Here I want to compute the percentage of total mall utilities for each store. Now the total down here is $50,000 some dollars. Now Kim's copyright is $1,750. If I wanted their percentage, I would divide this number by this number. So if I do that in an Excel formula, I would type equals, select that cell, E7, then divide, then click on this cell, E16, and there we go, 0.034. Now, that's not a percentage, but we can make it one. If I select that cell and come up here under the home ribbon, and hit this percentage button, it'll change that into a percent. I can do that with the rest of these. Even though I don't have numbers there yet, I will come here and change them all to percents, so that when they eventually fill with numbers, they will be in the percent format. Okay, now I want to repeat this formula. E7 over E16. Now we noticed in the last lesson that if we go to the fill handle and pull these down, the cell references will change. And let's see what happens. Well, that certainly didn't work like I wanted it to, because the E7 over E16 works fine, but when I pull it down, it becomes E8, which is correct, divided by E17. What's in E17? Nothing. Okay, so the problem was, in this formula, when I pull it down, I do want the E7 to change to E8 and so on, but I do not want E16 to become E17, E18, and so on. So the way I hold that still is by typing a $sign in front of the 16. This makes what is called an absolute address. If there's not a $sign in front of it, it will change. If there is a $sign, it will not. So whenever you're making a formula, you have to consider about whether you want to use an absolute reference or a relative reference. Some of them you want to be relative, others absolute. Now when I pull this down, notice that I get a series of percentages and also a bunch of zeros that I'm just going to delete. They contribute nothing. But notice that when I pulled this formula down, the E7 becomes E8, but the E16 remains at E16 when I pull it down. Now, notice at the bottom we have 100%, which is obvious. I'm taking E16 and dividing it by itself. So if I got anything other than 100%, something would seriously be wrong. Now, another thing I should point out is these might not add up to 100%. I haven't actually done them, but these percentages are being rounded. So by rounding them, it may turn out that some of them round up, some of them round down. They might not add up to 100%. So to try and increase the accuracy, we can come up here and increase the number of decimals. Here, I'll put 2 more decimals in these numbers. Now when you add these up, you'll be a lot closer to 100% than without them. So that's how you can increase the number of decimals. You can also decrease the number of decimals as well. That applies to any kind of number. Okay, thank you very much.